What's going on, you guys? Slim here at Nationals 2022. You already know my brother, Asian Persuasion. And I'm here with my other brother, the one and only, Admassu Williams. My man he be coming to every event and just smacking people up. It just happens. He's modest about it, but it always be happening. But how'd you do this weekend in Nationals?
Before I tell you how I did, I'm gonna just tell you like a tiny little story. I was gonna quit first round because I got a round one loss because I didn't know the procedure on how to register the correct way. They invited me here and I registered online. I thought it was fine. Came Saturday morning at 8 o'clock. They said that I was supposed to register on Friday. So I had a round one loss. I literally was like over it. I like when I compete in something, I want like a fair shot at it, whatever. And my friends were still in the tournament, and I was just kind of like playing in the beginning just to like, you know, be with my friends and stuff like that. So the fact that I'm over here now with a prize card, you guys see, is kind of crazy. It's surreal. So I started off with a round one loss, and then the rest of the tournament.
You wanted to leave round four.
Well, he ain't lying. He ain't lying.
Leave.
The minute I saw him, the first thing he told me,
I was like,
crazy.
ready to go. But around like round 6, I was still like not undefeated, but undefeated. I started saying, okay, maybe I could do this. So the whole Swiss, I didn't lose a match. I ended up getting 2 draws, and then I top 64, and I lost the top 32. I was extremely happy with the performance. I played SWORDSOUL again for you guys that saw what happened in Anaheim. I won that regional. Different deck because it's like a little different format because like the punks and stuff like that, but same ratios. Like I said, I think SWORDSOUL is like the most consistent deck. I think Dragon Link and like the punk stuff has like a higher ceiling, but that's why you have to like put in cards like for those specific matchups. Other than that, I think that like SWORDSOUL can like be in the deck. All right, so
we got any shout outs before we get into it?
You know, we have to shout out the Get Money Discord. That's
Get money. That's right.
Frontnoy King, man. You know.
Sir. You already know.
Yes,
sir.
Nathan, he wasn't able to come down. We have Marvin, Leon, all those guys that we always play with. Shout out to Slim. I wanted to make sure to come over with for him because like he's been doing deck profiles since like we went to like Worlds and stuff 2016. And Johnny, Asian Persuasion, he's over here supporting. So shout out to these guys, and then Robin for supporting, and dude named Matt for support. Other than that, I think we're good. Yeah,
good.
For sure.
All right, man.
And at the end of the profile, asked me about a specific match because I want to shout him out too.
Yes, for sure.
All right, so for the profile, 3 SWORDSOUL Moye.
You got it.
Yeah, he remembers. Come on now.
Yeah.
Come on now.
So SWORDSOUL is pretty like cookie cutter now.
Yeah.
Like, everybody knows what they do. We got 3 Long One, 2 Taille, and 3 Ecclesia. I opted to play 3 Ecclesia instead of 2. I know people are starting to play 2 because I'm playing 45 cards. I played 45 cards in Anaheim too. Because I wanted to be able to like side in a little bit easier and like kind of perfectly for each specific matchup. That's it for the SWORDSOUL card, or not SWORDSOUL cards, SWORDSOUL monsters. For the Tenyies, I wanted to max out on all of them because game 1, I feel like you want to see these as much as possible. Like they're all extenders pretty much. I played these as the Tenyies. I seen people starting to cut this. I agree with it going second. I always cut this out, almost always, depending on like the matchup. But this doesn't help you out going second, and sometimes I cut this depending. But going first, you want to see Tenyies so you can start those plays first because as long as you're special summoning, you won't. As long as you're special summoning, you're not gonna lose to like hand chops like that. Once you get that normal summon, they hand chop that. That's when you're like, oh, I'm stuck. So. I say special summon as much as you can first, then do that normal summon. And that's what these do. As far as the hand traps, 3 Ash, 3 Imperm, 1 Veiler. So like the Anaheim list, I did 13 hand traps, but this one I'm doing 10, and I'm doing 3 Droplet because of the format. Dragon Link, I said, is like my worst matchup, or Punk Synchro, and I know they're gonna be everywhere, so Droplet definitely helps with that, and this card helps with that a lot too. Literally, the only deck I played this for was for that deck. Obviously, it hits other decks like Despia occasionally, Florin Rees. Doesn't hurt SWORDSOUL at all. Like yeah, it doesn't hurt Marin's if you play. I don't know, but I played this specifically for like the Brave engine and stuff like that, and it helped a lot. Made it so that they stopped. That's it for the hand traps. For the spells, I play this, which is staple. I know these are flex spots, so I played 3 Heavenly and 2 Vessel. So I was able to fit all this because, again, I'm running 45 cards. I did the math on it, and I think that Vessel is like too good going first to not to cut it. I stopped playing it, and I know a lot of people stopped playing it, but when you have this, again, as long as you're doing the Tenyi stuff first, then it's really hard for people to stop you because like hand traps hurt this deck a lot. This stops hand traps, and this stops hand traps in a way because you can go like a Chow Feng play, which is like baits out like a Nibiru or stuff like that. And with the side deck, most of the time I cut this if I'm going second. Depends on the matchup, but sometimes you can integrate it, but I cut this out and I have like a lot of going second cards, but I play, you're going to see my side deck strategy, but sometimes I don't have that many going first cards, and this is like just again, if you're not playing against Dragon Link or Punk, Sword Soul just wins. It doesn't like any, maybe Marin says you have a problem with, but I wasn't expecting that many Marin says. But Dragon Link and Punk are the only problem, so that's why this is just fine, because going first, like this is the Sword Soul stuff. And then I'm playing 3 Droplet because this is really good against pretty much everything right now. And then the God card, Pot of Desires for the last spell, and then 1 Blackout. For the extra deck, got Cheek Shao, 2 Boxia. For the, got 1 Yazi, 1 Berserker, 1 Chow Feng, the 3 level 10s, the other long one, the Baron, and the Ching Ying. And then the flex spot that everybody's kind of like going back and forth. People use this, which is Psychic and Punisher, Dragite, or the Link 3, or maybe even Crimson Blader. People have been like changing this over and over again. I chose this today because I feel like if they negate the Shin or something like that, then I can like opt to go this with like it was just a card that I can go into that I thought can stall out and like that can like be a like big body and do something. It wasn't that at all. Every time I went into it, it was extremely mediocre. I played the Link 3 before. I forgot what it is. I think it's like something Draco Tenyi, something like that. Yeah. And that card is by far like more useful. I wouldn't say it's like amazing. The flex spot is more just kind of like what's useful, like an option. And I would 100% take this out for the Link 3 because I run 3 Monk and 1 Shaman. And real quick, I want to just go over a combo that you can do with the Link 3 because everybody's still playing D barrier. That's why I kind of like put this into. I thought people were going to opt out of it because it's not that good against Punk. They can still go, I mean not Punk, Dragon Link, they can still go off and Punks, you know. So the play is you go with Shuna, Special Summon Shuna, pitch for Monk, Special Summon Adhar, pitch for Monk, activate Adhar, add back the Shuna, go into Shaman, pitch the Shuna that you just added back, special summon this, attack, like this is if they go D barrier, attack, activate, pop whatever card is giving you problems, or like bait out a like interruption, and then sometimes they like Veiler or something like that or whatever, and then you go into the Link 3. The Link 3 says like you destroy, if it's like the only non-effect monster on the field, you can destroy monsters up to how many normal monsters are in your field and in your grave, which is going to be 2 because that play makes it so there's 2 Monk in there. So you destroy anything, you destroy 1 of anything, and then you destroy 2 monsters under D barrier with only 1 Ashuna. So like it was a lot more useful. I used to do that play a lot when I was testing and stuff like that, which wasn't often. I need to play a little bit more. I learned a lot of stuff during the tournament, which isn't the best.
But it worked out, man.
Yeah, exactly. That's it for the extra deck. For the side deck, I play 5 going first cards, and Rivalry was specifically for the Punk Dragon Link matchup because that's the matchup I had the most problem with. I think that's the actual like the best deck. It's just that the Dragon. Oh, I think the Dragon Link deck is like the best deck when it goes off. It's just like in an 11-round tournament, I don't think I'm like lucky enough to draw that well with the deck. I want to like use something that's like super consistent, so like something like a Sword Soul or like a Despia, but I don't think Despia is the best deck. I think Sword Soul would be like, I guess like the second or whatever. So this is specifically for Dragon Link in the Punk matchup, and then obviously like this is kind of like a god card right now. So these are my going first cards, and I had like I can show you like the sliding strategy later, but like I had like specific cards to slide out and slide in. It was like a perfect match, and I would say it worked out pretty good. And then going sometimes I would trick them and then go second if I like lost game 1, or if like I lost game 2 and there's game 3, I would go second on purpose, and like it would mess up the siding because my side deck is extremely good against that deck as well. My going second side deck is good as well. So that's my going first side deck, and then going second side deck. Let me do it like this. Is one Harpy's Feather Duster. That it's obviously for the back row decks, but I also like it against Despia. And like honestly, just in general, because people are putting in mine and stuff like that, I just sometimes just kind of put it in if I have space. Sometimes I have like little flex spots, especially like running 3 Joel. Most other matchups, you can slide out Joel extremely easy. So, and like Joel doesn't really hurt you that much because the deck is still good by itself. And I don't know why people stopped playing these cards I'm about to show you, but they did. I like to play unfair cards, as you can see, in my side deck, and that would be 3 evenly. I think evenly is extremely good, except for against Omni Negate decks. I don't put this in against Dragon Link because like they have a lot of Omni Negates where I would lose my battle phase and I feel like it's not worth it. Instead I put in, well not instead, but this is another card that is just like a blowout card going second, Lightning Storm. So obviously trap decks, like I think I have a really good matchup against just because of the side deck. When I go against trap decks, they tend, like let's say I would lose game 1, I mean it depends, but I tend to go second actually. And they slide in. I saw another deck profile. LSD was like, well, I slide evenly against Sword Soul, kills him. It totally does, 100%. Evenly destroys us. Like it's really good against us. But I think that because I know that and I go second, I have these like this much cards against them. It's like they have evenly in their hand now, and they're like stuck like, and they would never opt to go second on purpose. Like so then like I just like I played against a couple of trap decks and it was so like. It's easy. Yeah, and then for the third and last card, which I think was like the MVP, because this is what like won me my top 64 match, is Mystic Mind. Everybody has been playing some type of like form of Mystic Mind in some type of deck, and like at first I was just kind of like trying to figure out how to like beat Dragon Link and stuff like that, and I was thinking about like Dark Will No More, a bunch of different cards like Handshake, like Nibiru or stuff like that. I thought to myself, I was like, damn, Mystic Mind is really good against everything. Like, and on top of that, when you go to nationals, you have to play something like different. You can't just be like playing. I mean, you can, like, but it's a lot harder to win if you're just playing like what everybody else is playing. So like, nobody thought Sword Soul was gonna be playing Mystic Mind. I know I see some lists probably like might tech it every now and then, but those are like go second lists. But like, as far as like going like Mystic Mind against Dragon Link, most of them don't have an out to it because they use the Draco back in their combo. And even if they do have an out to it, like in top 64, like I can play under it. Like I can use, they might have like 3 monsters, which is usually like Hot Red, Baron, and Burload. I can go Mystic Mind and play under it and use Boxy and stuff like that, to where I get rid of whatever I need to get rid of and like do whatever I need to do, and then pop the Mystic Mind with Boxy and a special summon. I won 2 matches outright. Well, not 2 matches, but 2 games outright just because of this card. One person I decked out, and the other person I stalled until I had a game, which was top 64 match. So I was extremely happy with this. Yeah. Other than that, before I end this deck profile, I want to give a shout out to this dude. I can't remember his last name. His name's Paul. He like won a remote duel. I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about. Huh?
Paulie
Aronson. Yeah, Paul Aronson. He's like, he kind of like restored my like, not like faith in the Yu-Gi-Oh community, but like he was such a good like sport. Like I thought I was gonna lose because the way he was like, he beat me game 1, he opened up an amazing field, like just almost unbeatable. Game 2, I beat him. Just it is what it is. And then game 3, he opened up a crazy board, and I played Mystic Mind. But throughout the match, we were talking. I was like, man, if I lose to somebody, this would be the person I'd want to lose to. I hope he wins.
Yeah, he's so
like he was like the nicest
people.
And I haven't shouted out really anybody I played against. There's so many people I played against that were nice, but this dude was genuinely like made me feel like, okay, well, we're playing a game. Like I'm having a good time. I was like, dang, like that was dope. I like what he did. I let him take back a play, but he was, oh no, don't worry about it. I was like, okay, well, you know what I mean? Like it was really just genuine. Yeah, it was cool. Yeah, so shout out to him, and I hope he does well in the next events like that he goes to. But I had to say something because that was crazy to me. I haven't seen it like that in a while. So. Yeah, that's the deck profile. Again, I didn't lose in Swiss. I did not lose in Swiss. I went to draw a couple times, so I know if it says X1 too. So I would say try out this list. Try out the 45 cards. I don't know. I think I explained everything to the best of my ability. Definitely. But yeah, that's it.
Yeah, but definitely, man. Always a pleasure having you on the channel. Congrats on the top, and thank you for the deck.
I appreciate it, guys.